Here's the snack.
Okay.
This is the snack. It's bread and butter and sprinkles. It's childish, and it's got whimsy to it, and that's good. And you can kind of fold it,
like a little burrito.
Happiness burrito.
Do you like it?
Okay,
so you've had the toasted fairy bread, and you've also had the microwaved fairy bread. Which one's better?
With this bread, microwave for sure. You're supposed to toast it, but because we have weird keto bread, we microwaved it, and it tastes better.
Let me try the weird keto microwave.
It makes me happier.
I like it much better microwave.
It's working. It's working.
I did not like it toasted. The sad part about this one is we ran out of butter. So I just sprayed it with the canned flavored butter.
Listen, spread butter. It's good. I stand by that.
You started depressed, correct?
Yeah.
And do you feel less depressed?
Yeah. What's going on, humans, extraterrestrials, and ethereal beings of all kind? Welcome back to another episode of What Up, Sadvice? I almost said the name of the last podcast that we had, but we changed it to Sadvice. So welcome to Sadvice.
Where we give you sad advice.
We give you advice on how to not be sad anymore. I'm Austin Kress. This is Gia Cognata.
Hi.
And here we are. I'm depressed always, constantly.
I suffer from anxiety.
And you have less mental disabilities than me, for
Yeah.
sure. You're way more stable.
Mostly we want answers.
Yeah, we're looking for answers. I'm sick of being this sad. I'm tired of it, man.
If I woke up every day in so much pain that I wanted to die, somebody would, help me.
Yeah. And so if that's you, you came to the right place. And if that's not you, you're already happy, this won't make it worse. Trust me.
Yeah. So we're going to try stuff on Austin. We're going to see if it works or if it makes things worse.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't make things...
I'm a human experiment. Here we go.
He's open to it.
Our first segment is Sad Snacks. Today we have a snack that is popular in Australia and also in the Netherlands. And, those people are happy people. Australians, always happy. The Netherlands, very high mental health ratings. It's called fairy bread in Australia, and it's called Helgaslag in the Netherlands.
A lot of misogyny in Australia, though.
Well, I'm happy, men are happy. And that's half the population.
No, most men want to yum themselves.
Okay, well, we're going to fix that.
Okay, let's try
So,
it.
how about you don't bring the podcast down with your sad facts about Australia? How about you keep it positive?
I'm trying.
Not hard enough. Here's the snack.
Okay.
This is the snack. It's bread and butter and sprinkles. It's childish, and it's got whimsy to it, and that's good. And you can kind of fold it.
like a little burrito.
Happiness burrito.
Do you like it?
Okay,
so you've had the toasted fairy bread, and you've also had the microwaved fairy bread. Which one's better?
With this bread, microwave for sure. You're supposed to toast it, but because we have weird keto bread, we microwaved it, and it tastes better.
Let me try the weird keto microwave.
It makes me happier.
I like it much better microwave.
It's working. It's working.
I did not like it toasted. The sad part about this one is we ran out of butter. So I just sprayed it with the canned flavored butter.
Listen, spray butter, spread butter. It's good. I stand by that.
You started depressed, correct?
Yeah.
And do you feel less depressed?
Yeah.
If I gave you this snack on a depressed day,
Yeah.
would it help?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that would help. I mean, it's also sugar. I mean, sugar almost always helps depression. I've been getting $1 iced honey buns from 7-Eleven. That's been also really
Cure.
working.
An
That
absolute
helps.
cure.
That
There
actually
we go.
turns the day around because it's a deal and it's high in sugar. And so I feel better right away.
Yeah. I mean, I don't love that snack, but that's
No.
not for me.
Now, you got to be sad to love that snack. That is a snack that truly, it's best if you're sad, I'll be honest.
That's a 1929.
It is. It's a Depression era snack, and I like it.
Well,
I stand by that.
you are in your depression era. So.
Oh, yeah. And it was very good. Update, if you watched the last episode, Gia got me a plant. The plant is still alive. I watered it once, and I took it on a walk. And so far, it's doing great.
Has the plant helped you?
Not in any way.
No.
Not even. It got me outside today to make a video of taking it on a walk. So that seems, that's positive stuff right there.
It's your little muse. It's creating content for you.
It's got me a little bit of content. That's
Okay,
true.
cool.
That's a great point. Took the plant on a walk. I don't know if it's making me feel better. But time will tell. Sometimes you gotta make these changes and slowly. Maybe I'm looking at it right now. Maybe it's real. It's alive. So that's cool. Got a living thing. It's like having a pet, sorta.
So this week we tried going on a hike.
Yeah, we did.
To help with your depression.
And this is the segment here is Struggle Bus. So what have we been struggling this week? And you feel free to think about what you've been struggling, and you can tell us about it, and we'll talk about it. If you want us to answer your questions, we'll do it. So send us your questions, comment them, and we'll answer them. Yeah, we went on a hike, and it was miserable. Really. I mean, it was nice. I was outside, but people are always like, get outside, it'll fix you. And then you go on a hike and then you feel worse because you got all this time to think about stuff. Sometimes people don't tell you that thinking about stuff too much actually can be bad also. Sometimes it's good to be distracted by video games on your phone because then you can't think about the sad thoughts.
I felt like I was talking so much. How could you even have your own thoughts?
I don't know. I think I'm getting good at turning you down in my head. I don't know.
Yeah,
No, it was nice. I'm glad we went, but I don't know. I just got caught in a thought spiral.
Annoyed or like upset
Not with
until
you.
after the hike when you were like, "Goddamn hike!"
It wasn't the hike. I was just going through a lot of I was just questioning my life and my life choices and where I'm at in life. And you got a lot of time to do that on a hike.
Yeah.
And you're in nature and you can just get a good hike spiral going.
We went to Paradise Falls. We saw a waterfall. We climbed to the Lizard Rock.
Yeah.
And I got sunburned.
You did how's your sunburn?
It's better. I'm not going to take my shirt off because they don't pay me anything.
Fair. Great point. Don't ever take your shirt off for free.
No.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
You gotta
be getting something for it.
paying
You got to
that
be
cash.
getting money, meat.
If you want us to take our shirts off, send us money. We'll do it for you.
Yeah, Austin will take a shirt
I'll take
off.
my shirt off for money, of course.
And as you know, obviously, I will.
Yes. Gia will for sure. Definitely. She'll take that. She'll rip that thing right off.
With Austin's permission, anything is possible.
Yeah, and you have my permission if the money's right. If you got that cash, send it on over. I got no shame of taking your money for your perversions. Okay. We're just getting too deep.
How much money would someone have to offer you to sleep with me?
What's rent?
This guy
What's
has
rent?
jokes.
What's rent?
You're gonna get.
What's rent this month?
You're gonna get all messed up.
I'm gonna get all messed up.
Yeah, after this is wrapped. No, I'm just kidding.
A real number? I don't know. There's no number that's $1 million would do it.
That's pretty low.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
$1 million, I could sleep at night after you slept with someone else for sure. How much for me?
There's no amount.
There's no amount.
No.
I'm off. My body's off the table.
No.
All right. We have
I don't
different
need-
priorities.
I do not need that money that bad.
That's a good point. I do need that money that bad. See ya. I'm sending you to Dubai. No, you can't sleep with her. She's mine. I claimed her. That's how. I don't know what the rules are here.
Yeah, you claim a woman.
You claim a woman, and then she's yours.
And then she gets the right to vote or something.
You can vote?
I don't know.
Oh man, I should have voted. Oh, I mean, I've definitely voted.
He voted so many times, it's almost illegal.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I voted. This is getting worse. I voted legally a bunch. The whole ballot, tick, 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 all of them, sent those votes in.
I don't think he's ever seen a ballot. Tick, tick, tick.
Tick, tick, tick. I'm whacking the ballot mallet. Whack, whack, whack. That's how you vote, right? Whack-a-da, whack-a-da, whack-a-da.
It's with that little pen that you push in.
I did the electronic one. I'm pretty sure in the booth it's electronic. Beep, beep, beep.
More lies.
No, I did it was this mail-in one with the.
I believe him. He has depression.
You just sign stuff and you say, I would
yeah, the mail-in ballot.
I treat those like letters to Santa.
Okay. It's
That's
not
like
stuff
voting.
that you're going to get.
Yeah, I'm not going to get any of the stuff, but I'm wishing for it, you know?
Dear Santa.
That's how voting feels like,
please
writing a letter to Santa.
Give me back my taxes. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Austin.
Don't tax me as much.
Do you ever write your own name in?
Never, not once. I don't want to be in public office.
I'd be a city comptroller or something.
What do they do?
I have no fucking clue.
Well, then I don't know if you'd be good at it.
There's nothing I wouldn't be good at.
Really?
Yeah.
I think city comptroller, maybe.
I think if some dumb guy can do it, I can.
That's a great point. Most of our leaders are morons.
If there's some dumb guy doing it, I can do it.
It's true. That's very true.
There's nothing I can't learn. Nothing. You taught some dumb guy to do it? You can teach me.
You can teach you to do it.
I can teach myself. I'll find it online. Don't worry.
Yeah. Honestly, we just have ChatGPT run the government.
Yeah, either ChatGPT or like YouTube tutorials will run the government.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of those.
You watch a lot of YouTube tutorials?
I do.
What are you learning?
Literally anything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'll
learn how to change my oil. I'll figure out problems with like the PlayStation. I will solve skin disorders. It doesn't matter. I'll figure it out. I'm missing vitamins. I'll figure it out.
I feel like that's what we're missing from. That's the issue with our government is they're too old to know how to watch YouTube right. If they could watch YouTube right,
they could teach themselves.
They could teach themselves how to run the government and the world better. You got to get the olds out. That's the thing.
I think it's the opposite. Like the government doesn't want to. They don't want to learn. And in fact, they probably are pushing for a lot of you gentlemen to have depression.
Oh, they want us depressed. I like that.
Yeah, they don't want to cure you at all. That's why there aren't answers. Just like having a female body. Like they don't care if you're having issues. They don't care if you're depressed. They're like, whatever, at least he's not coming for the government.
That's true. I am too depressed to storm the Capitol. That's a great point. I could never get up over those walls with this mental block that I have. So what you're saying is I should fix my depression as a protest against the man.
Yeah, the government is
The government
fucking with you.
wants me to be depressed.
Of course you're depressed. They made everything fucking terrible.
Right.
I mean, there's also personal reasons, but on top of
that
everything
sucks.
else, yeah, but I mean, things would suck a lot less if you didn't have to like beg, borrow, and steal to live.
True. And I would love to start stealing. I can't wait.
You're not stealing yet?
No, I'm not stealing yet.
Maybe that's why I'm not so depressed.
Yeah, if you, maybe I gotta start with maybe crime is the answer.
Crime is the answer. Oh, I'm sorry. Please don't listen to me.
All right, never mind.
I'm a stupid, stupid woman with no good advice.
Yeah.
None whatsoever. Struggle bus.
We're on it right now.
Okay.
This whole
well,
podcast has been a struggle bus. I didn't want to do this at all. I didn't want to record this.
You actually put it off.
Till last second. We're recording this like hours before it's supposed to come out.
You had a very tough weekend.
I didn't want to do anything this weekend. I didn't even want to get out of bed. I hated every moment of it. It was I had 2 mid shows this week. My performance on both of them was wildly subpar.
Disagree.
No, I was barely funny on both shows. It was a nightmare.
I don't agree.
Okay.
I saw people on there that weren't funny.
Well, and yeah, one of them was me.
No, it wasn't you.
It was.
I'm not going to say who it was.
That's fine. You don't have to. But we all know
Maybe
one
on the
of
Patreon
one
I
of them
will.
was me. Yeah, we still have to do a Patreon after this.
No, it wasn't you. You're always very funny.
No.
Sometimes your timing is off, but that has nothing to do with how funny you are. Your jokes are good, but, you know, when you're feeling down, it's so hard to have that, like, tempo.
It's true.
You know?
It's stunning.
Because you're just stopping yourself from telling the crowd that you want to kill yourself.
Yeah, which is what I want to tell the crowd. But they hate when you tell them that.
They don't want to hear that.
They don't want to hear that from you. They really are not interested at all in your sadness. Because they're dealing with their own sadness. And you got to be the clown, make them laugh. And I do like being the clown. I'll be honest. I'm a big fan of being an absolute goober.
But there's some days where you're like... No.
What's the point? 28 people saw this last podcast. Why are we doing this?
Because.
Why are we even recording this podcast?
Why are we even on the planet?
It.
I mean, you do things because you're trying to enrich, like, just society itself.
Yeah,
I do believe
is really
lots
enriching
of people are struggling with depression.
Okay.
I do believe that, like, every day you're struggling with depression.
Constant.
And I think that talking about it makes it less scary. And it can make it less scary for other people. It can make it less scary for you just to get it out and maybe, like, hear it back and, like, kind of get an understanding. I do think depression is kind of like rage turned inward. So there's stuff for you to contemplate. And I think it's a great way to get perspective on it.
Yeah, hopefully. That's what we're trying. That's what this experiment is all about.
But also, I am a real huge glass half full person.
You are.
I'm like... There's a reason. There's a reason why we're late. There's a reason why we took the wrong exit. Like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, yeah, we did. Like, we went to Santa Monica.
Yeah,
and
we
took
went to
PCH.
Santa Monica. And it's closed. We had to talk to the Army. Hi. You ever talking to the National Guard stoned? Less than ideal.
Smells like weed in our car.
Yeah, can't hide it. We sprayed so much perfume, it didn't matter. They're not looking for that. They just didn't want us to go into where all the fires had happened.
Yeah, they rolled down the window. No. It smells like whores in here. And I was like, hello.
Yeah, that's us. It's two whores trying to go to the fireplace, please.
They wouldn't let us in. You need a pass. Do not take PCH.
Don't take PCH.
Don't take PCH.
You need a pass. No matter what Google Maps tells you. There's no signs. You get there.
At the opening of Malibu Canyon, there should be a sign that says no through traffic without a pass. They don't say that. Google Maps is telling you to go. That's
a lie.
Just fucked up.
Yeah, Google Maps trying to waste my time.
Pay me for my time. Anyways, we were gonna be a little bit late. We had to take the 405.
We weren't late.
In my mind,
fine.
I was like, hell yeah. It probably prevented us from getting in some accident or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was just annoyed because it was a lot of driving. It was like an hour and a half of driving.
You were annoyed.
I don't like driving like that. It was beautiful. The canyons are gorgeous.
We saw the ocean.
There
was a spooky, moody, like, little...
There's a lot of clouds on the ocean. It looked cool.
Dark.
I liked it. It was like my mind. It was very dark out there. In a vast expanse of nothingness, like my mind. A lot of depth, not a lot going on. Okay. And speaking of other people who struggle with depression, we've got our Sadvice Squad, where every week we find a famous person who struggled with mental health stuff, and we bring them in, not literally. We would need a Ouija board to summon this next guest, but we share their story, and it maybe gives us perspective and reminds us that, like, just because you've got some stuff that you're dealing with mentally, you can still accomplish great things. Newest member of the Sadvice Squad is Carrie Fisher. You know her as Princess Leia in Star Wars. And yeah, she had, manic, depressive, bipolar. And the way that she dealt with it was she talked about it. She made art about it. She had a semi-autobiographical, like, fiction. It was fiction, but it was, like, sort of based on her life. It was called Postcards from the Edge. And I think they made it into a movie. And she just talked. She had a one-woman show. She had another autobiography where she just talked about it. And she also did electrical shock therapy where they zapped her brain and they tried to zap the depression away.
Did she say that helped?
She did. It did help her. Also, I think it's kind of controversial because I think it, well, first of all, they used to do it on people in mental institutions kind of against their will. And One Flew Over the Cuckoo Nest style. So that is less than ideal, but I think if you're consenting to it, they do it in a more modern way now. And she did lose memories. You do lose memories from it, I think, because you're zapping your brain. But I guess some of the memories she lost was stuff that she was depressed about. Exactly, and that helped. So she said that helped, but she said the biggest thing that helped was just talking about it, which is, I guess, what we're doing here. We're Carrie Fishering.
Yeah.
And we're here.
Even if no one sees this and talking about it helps you, I don't give a fuck about who watches it. If it makes you feel better, just getting it out,
and
I'm happy.
I would let it make me feel worse if people saw it. If people saw it and it made me feel worse, I'd be okay with that.
No.
I want to pay my bills. I don't care anymore. Whatever happens.
No, I just care about how you feel. And I know you think it's money, and I just don't think it is.
Money will solve all of my problems.
I don't just think that
you'll
get
tell
money,
you this.
And then
Let's do
you'll
an
still be
experiment.
sad.
Everybody send me all their money, and I'll tell you what, it'll make me happy. And then bam.
You're going to have money, and then we're going to experience the fact that, like, depression isn't cured by money.
I think that's not true. I think for some
you think
people...
rich people are not depressed.
No, I think rich people are depressed, but I don't think that they're depressed after they've been poor and then gotten rich. If you've been as poor as long as I have, you can't tell me that money's not going to make me happy. I don't think someone's been super poor.
Have to find a depressed...
Find somebody who was super poor and like had no success for like 30 years, and then they got rich, and that made them less happy.
Not less happy, but just didn't fix it.
Oh, it'll fix it.
I just don't agree.
It'll fix it.
I don't think it has to do with money. I think it has to do with, like, I don't know, letting go, self-love. I have no idea.
All things that are easier with money. It's way easier to love yourself if you...
Anal sex isn't easier.
That's true. No amount of money makes that easier. That's a great point, Gia.
Thank you. Just perspective.
That is good. That's good. That's good perspective. That's really good perspective.
So I think depression's like anal sex. Like, money's not going to really help the pain.
Okay. Well.
Like, you might be able to buy something for a short period of time.
And just not worry about bills.
It made you feel good for a second, but that's fleeting. And you're just going to feel like shit afterwards again.
It just allows you to focus on actually doing stuff that you care about.
You just want to do retail therapy.
No, I don't want to buy stuff. I want to just not worry about my bills so I can just do stand-up all the time without worrying about how I'm going to afford to do stand-up.
Do you think that's the only reason that you're upset, that you're depressed? Money?
Yeah, because I'm not making any money. That's the main reason. Really? Everything else is pretty solid in my life.
Yeah, but were you depressed when you were making money?
Yeah, I was. I was.
Okay, so doesn't that kind of prove my point?
No, because I didn't have stand-up. I was starting to do stand-up, and so I was struggling to do stand-up. I couldn't really get the stand-up thing to take off. And then now I got the stand-up thing going pretty solid, pretty good. And
so now you just need a flow of cash, and you feel like...
Yeah, now I just need a flow of cash so I can keep doing the stand-up more, and then I'll be fine.
Okay.
But I don't have that. So, look, I know what I want to do with my life. It's not about finding the passions and stuff. It's like, yeah, I know what I want to do. I just need money to be able to do it. And I don't have that. So...
Well, you're building that.
Yeah, I'm building that.
I mean, you do tour and you do make money touring.
Barely. I don't make money touring. I break even touring.
Okay.
Unless I can do a short trip and sell out shows.
And you have?
I have. I've made money doing stand-up, yes. And I will in the future make money doing stand-up, true. But in order to do stand-up consistently, I need to be less depressed. In order to be less depressed, I need money to pay my bills, so I'm not just stressed about that all the time. So if I had that, then I could focus on the stand-up.
Right. Okay.
My mind would be clear of the cobwebs of poverty, and then I'd be good to go.
Does your mind ever think about what a good balance would be, or like what you could do to take some of that pressure off so that you're not feeling so upset about finances so much? Or
yeah, I'm trying to get a job right now.
Is the alternative gonna cause more depression, like being somewhere you don't want to be.
Yeah, of course it will, but right now it won't. I'll be good for the first 6 months of a new job just because I'll have money coming in, and then after that, maybe I'll be less upset. But, yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to understand it.
No, it's all good.
Is there anything that like I do or people commonly do when you're depressed that makes it worse?
No, it has nothing to do with anybody else. It's all me. It's just a self-perpetuating cycle of thoughts in my own head. So,
I mean, because like I have looked up resources to be like, what's the best? And sometimes depressed people are pretty like upset about certain things. Like on Reddit, they're telling you, don't tell me anything on how to feel better. Like just like let me be sad.
oh yeah, that's huge. That's super helpful.
Yeah.
And that's what we're telling you guys. You don't have to not be sad. Stay
Just
sad.
be sad.
You can be
It's
sad.
okay.
We're not worried about it. You just stay sad. I'm sad, you're sad.
We're just guinea
everybody's sad.
pigging Austin.
Yeah, it's just me.
I asked for his permission. He said it was okay.
It's all good. I'm a guinea pig.
Yeah, and that we could try stuff. I really wanted to get smelling salts for today.
Yeah.
So you could try it, because there's some stuff online. It's Reddit. It's like, that'll snap you out of anything.
We're going to try smelling salts.
And I
next
called
week
a
for
lot of
sure.
places. GNC,
We'll get them online.
NutriShop.
We'll just order them.
When I talked to the vitamin shop, there was a very amped young boy that was like, oh man, if I had those. I wish we carried smelling salts. That'd be so sick. And then he told me to go to the Northridge NutriShop. They carry it. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I will order it online, and then I will force Austin to try it next week.
Yeah. We're going to try it next week.
So if you do want to see Austin doing smelling salts to try and cure his depression, next
We'll
week.
be here next week. That'll be our Hacker Whack segment next week. Our Hacker Whack segment this week was pretty much just the plant, and so far it's
plant
been
and the hike,
whack
and neither
the
one.
hike, and neither of them have really helped.
Exercise didn't help.
No,
This plant is... It's
TBD.
not making you want to kill yourself.
it's not worse.
But
so
it's not
that's
worse.
Good. It's not
Yeah.
better yet, but maybe if I get really into the plant.
Yeah.
I haven't given the plant a full try.
Maybe if the plant gets sick. I don't know.
Maybe I heal the plant, bring
Maybe
it
if
back
I
to
get
life.
sick. What if I got really sick? Would you be able to be depressed, or would you try to take care of me?
I would take care of you. That would fix it, but that's not. We don't need that. Stop that.
It sounds like you need a puppy.
I do, but I can't afford a puppy, so that's a problem.
Yeah, but you can monetize the puppy.
Yeah, eventually, but the initial cost of the investment is the issue.
Okay. You want like a puppy you paid for.
Yeah, free puppy.
Bless you. The Lord blesses you.
Thank you, Lord.
You're welcome.
All right, well, thanks so much for tuning in to Sadvice episode 2. We'll be here next week on Wednesday. Comment what you like, comment what you didn't like. If you want to come see me do stand-up, I'm in San Diego, Denver, Colorado Springs, Lawton, Oklahoma, and Arcata, California. Those it's in my bio, those links, and you know where to find that, and you can DM me, and hey, try to be a little less sad this week, okay? Just
And
a
if
tiny
you're curled
bit.
up on a couch
Yeah.
and you can't move,
Yeah.
that's fucking okay.
That's fine.
Listen
You'll
to our
move-
podcast.
Just move tomorrow. You can move tomorrow. You don't have to move right now.
Be sad.
Just be sad today. It's fine. It's okay. Nobody's worried about it. Just wake up again tomorrow and try to be a little tiny bit less sad. Stay stoked, and you know what? Don't crash those spaceships. I'm still saying it. It was the old outro for the last podcast, but I really like it, so I'm just going to keep saying it. Don't crash those spaceships. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.